Welcome to the stories of the many realms. Tonight's story is The Boy and the Wind. In a small village there lived a poor woman. She worked from dark till dark, yet still could not overcome poverty. Her only joy was her boy. He listened to her in everything, and she loved him dearly. One day she decided to knead a flatbread for him and sent him to bring flour from the granary. The boy filled a small wooden tray and carried it back towards his mother. Just then, phew! A strong wind blew and swept the flour away. The boy went back to the granary, filled the tray again, and had barely stepped out the door when, phew! The wind blew once more. The flour lifted from the tray and flew away down to the very last speck. The boy grew very angry and went back for a third time, but now there was so little flour left that it barely filled the tray at all. This time he had almost reached the door of the house when the wind suddenly whistled again, blew with all its might, and not a single grain of flour was left. So that's how it is. Then now, whatever will be, will be. The boy grew very angry and set off to look for the wind to demand his flour back. He walked for a long time, crossed many lands, and at last he reached the wind itself. "Good day to you," said the wind. "Give us back the flour," snapped the boy. "We are poor as it is, and you've left us without even flour." "Don't be angry." The wind rustled softly. "I was only playing. Now listen carefully. I have no flour to give you, but I will give you this little napkin. If you spread it out and say only this, 'Little napkin, give me food,' you will have anything you wish." The boy thanked the wind, took the little cloth, and set off toward his home. He grew tired from the long journey, and as dusk fell, he stopped to spend the night at a roadside inn. At that hour, everyone there was sitting down to supper. The boy was hungry and he had no money, so he said to himself, "Let me see if the wind spoke the truth." He spread out the little napkin and said aloud, "Little napkin, give me food." Before the words had even faded, a miracle happened. All across the cloth, every kind of dish began to steam, as much as any soul could desire. Warm little loaves of bread rise with fragrant clouds of steam. Unheard of fruits from beyond the seas spread a sweet, tempting scent. Eat and drink until you are full, with no fear that it would ever run out. New wonders kept appearing, one after another. Everyone stared in amazement, and the innkeeper and his wife were struck speechless with envy. They longed to have that little napkin themselves so they could quickly become rich. "Listen, husband, that little napkin must become ours." The innkeeper's wife could not keep still. That night, when everyone had fallen into a deep sleep, the innkeeper and his wife crept quietly to the boy. They gently slipped away the magic napkin and in its place left another, an ordinary one. In the morning, the boy rose early. eager to reach home and glad on his mother's heart, he did not notice what the innkeeper and his wife had done. When he arrived at his house, right there at the door, the boy cried out, "Mother, I went to the wind to ask for our flower back, but instead of flower, he gave me this very little napkin. You won't have to struggle anymore. This napkin gives food whenever you ask it." "This cannot be," the mother said, not believing him. The boy spread out the little napkin and said, "Little napkin, give me food." But before them there did not appear even a crumb of bread. "I see," the boy exclaimed. "I'll have to go back to the wind again." And he ran along the familiar road until he reached the wind. "Good day," the boy greeted him, breathless. "May God grant you good." The wind looked at him from beneath his brows. "Why have you come again?" "Give me back my flower. The napkin does not give food." "I have no flower," the wind whistled. "But here, take this little goat. Whenever you say, 'Little goat, give me money,' it will give it to you." The boy thanked him, took the little goat and said goodbye to the wind and set off. By evening he reached the very same roadside inn and stayed there again for the night. "What if the wind has tricked me again?" the boy thought. "And this little goat is no more magical than the napkin was. Let me test it." He stroked the little goat and said, "Little goat, give me money." At once, heaps of money poured out before the boy. He was overjoyed, hugged the little goat, and fell into a sweet sleep. Then the innkeeper and his wife, who had been watching through the keyhole and had seen the miracle the little goat performed, crept in quietly and gently stole the wind's gift. In its place, they brought one of their own ordinary goats. Early the next morning, the boy set off from the inn. He hurried on, eager at once to bring joy to his poor mother. As soon as he entered the yard, he cried out, "Mother, mother, the wind gave me a little goat that gives money." "Let us see," his mother said happily. "Little goat, give me money." The boy spoke the magic words. But not a single coin appeared, no matter how long they waited, no matter how much the mother and son hoped. "A third time I must go to the wind," the boy sighed. He set out, and on the third day he reached the wind once more. "Take back your little goat. Give me my flower so I can go home. My mother is waiting for me," he shouted angrily, trying to outcry the whistling of the wind. "Do not be angry," the wind swirled around him. "But you yourself are to blame, very much to blame. Take this stick. When you say to it, 'Little stick, go to work,' everything will be set right. Now go, be on your way." The boy took the stick and set off at once on his way back. He reached the roadside inn and, without eating supper, lay down to sleep, but sleep would not come to him. Just then, the innkeeper and his wife crept into the room. This time they meant to steal the stick, but the boy sensed them and cried out, "Little stick, go to work!" And the stick leapt up at once, whirled around, and began to strike the innkeeper and his wife without mercy. They screamed and ran, and the stick hopped after them, beating them on the heads, on the legs, bruising their backs, leaving no sound place on them. Oh dear, stop that stick. We'll give you the napkin back and the little goat too." Stop the stick, stop the stick, the two thieves begged and pleaded. "Stick, stop," the boy commanded. The innkeeper and his wife groaned and limped, and in great haste brought back the gifts of the wind. The boy gathered them, and, white-hearted and happy, returned home, where his mother was waiting for him at the doorstep. From that day on, they lived in peace and contentment, and they always shared with the poor everything that the little napkin and the little goat gave them. And the wicked people feared the stick, and no one ever again dared to take what the wind had given to the boy. There are many realms and many stories. You may return to them whenever you wish.